So Jake, what have these last 6 weeks been like?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Just sharing the field with my guys and winning football games has been a blast. I mean, anytime you get to share the field and play at Griffiths and play Husky football, it's been unbelievable.
We hear it all the time, next man up, next man up. When you become next man up, especially at the quarterback position, what were the things that you had to, from getting all the reps all of a sudden when you weren't and the rest? As next man up, what did you have to do to make sure you're going to be ready?
I think just trust. I think we have so much great players on our side of the ball and a great defense and a great coaching staff. And I think for me, it was just trusting, the guys would be there and the game plan would be there, and just trusting that I didn't have to do too much. We have a great team, and just leaning on my teammates.
So how do you do that? It's one thing to say it, it's one thing to hear it, then the game starts and it's going 100 miles an hour. How do you kind of remind yourself, let's just kind of pump the brakes a little bit, trust what's here, run the offense, not much more?
Yeah, I think we do. I think it happens a lot in practice. I mean, we do a lot of attention to detail in everything we do in practice, and I think that's where the trust comes into place. We do a great job at replicating game moments in practice, and I feel like when it comes to game time, it's easy for me to kind of lean on my teammates.
Let's go back, almost 2 months now. First career start against Alberta. It's go time. Mm-hmm. What was that like?
It was a lot of fun. I mean, I love playing football, so I mean, when you get that chance to start and get a chance to play in front of your home crowd, I mean, it's unbelievable. Obviously, we came away with a win, but just to be out there with the guys was unbelievable.
Where does your confidence come from, Jake?
I think it's just knowing that I have a great team around me, a great coaching staff, and I think the internal confidence comes from just ultimate trust. I mean, I said it before, but just trusting my guys, and just I have such trust in our game plan and our coaching staff, and I know when I go on the field, I can just play freely.
And what does freely mean in terms of your skill set, in terms of what you guys do on offense?
Yeah, I think it's just emotionally detaching, not riding the highs, not getting too low with the lows. I think just playing football. I mean, I've played football for so long, and it's something I love. And just enjoying every moment of it, not getting too high, too low, and just having fun.
So we were chatting with Cal Wither earlier this fall and talking to Faulds, and they kind of said it took like 3 games for Cal to kind of get things down. Obviously, he's coming into a brand new situation. Pepe was just in here. He said probably the same. Over these last 6 weeks, when did you kind of finally feel, I don't know if comfortable is the right word, but in rhythm with this offense?
Yeah, I'd kind of say the same, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Obviously you have confidence going in week. The first week you start, but I think in terms of just getting in line with the guys, timing-wise, I'd probably say the same thing, around 2 to 3 weeks. But in terms of confidence, I feel like, at the first start I had, I feel like I had a lot of confidence just, in my guys around me and the game plan. And
what was the biggest thing? Was it the timing with the receivers?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously, throughout practice, you work really hard getting your timing, but, it's really hard to, replicate game speed. So I think, getting the, first game, second game under your belt, it was huge, and just, finding rhythm with the guys.
I was chatting with Anton yesterday, and he was mentioning that you guys kind of text back and forth. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that, like before games, after games, what he shares with you, what you guys kind of go back and forth on.
Yeah, that's my guy. I mean, that's my brother. I mean, what's happened this season has been, incredibly sad. And but no, he's the ultimate supporter. I mean, when he was the starter and I was the backup, we just fed off each other. He's an unbelievable player, but he's a better person. So I'm just so grateful to have him as a teammate.
What are some of the kind of texts that he kind of shares with you about? He's watching all the time. Mm-hmm. What does he share with you football wise?
Yeah, he's a big encouragement. He's saying, you got this. Don't ride the highs, don't ride the lows, and you just be confident out there, play ball. And I feel like, him saying those texts is, really big to me. He's an unbelievable player. Obviously, we wouldn't be in this spot without him. And I really appreciate, his support.
So you know the deal. The program hasn't won one in a long time. To now have a sounding board of the last quarterback who did it way back in 1998, what's that been like for you, just kind of having somebody like that who's been through it to be able to talk to, spend some off-season time with, and how important has that been for you in your development, Jake?
Yeah, it's big. I mean, obviously, Ryan Reed, winning the Vanier is a big deal. So just developing that relationship with him, getting as much advice as I can. I mean, he has so much knowledge, from back then and winning the Vanier, and I do everything I can to just soak up everything he has to say and all the knowledge he has to give.
I was chatting with Michael O'Connor and Evan Hillock. They're the last two rookie quarterbacks to win a Vanier Cup. Obviously, You're not a rookie, but kind of first year thrust into this.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest things they said was you got to rely on your vets, and not try and do too much, which obviously you haven't. Like, you guys have a real core group of vets. What would it mean to win a Vanier for them?
It would be everything. I mean, all the fifth years on our team have done such an unbelievable job in creating a culture in our team. Seth, Riker, Dan Weeb, those guys, they come in every day and they work their tail off. And just to win that last game for them, it would be something I can only dream of.
Just finally about the game. It's a hell of a defense on the other side there.
Mm-hmm.
Their box is what it is. Their secondary is real strong. What do you see on tape, and what's going to be important against them?
Yeah, they're unbelievably talented. I mean, on film, it shows that they're extremely well coached, and they got a lot of great players on that side of the ball. And I think for us, it's just sticking to game plan and playing our brand of football. I mean, they've done a great job all year in playing their defense and playing their brand of football. And I think for us, just sticking to our game plan and playing Husky football.
What is that? What is that brand? What is Husky football?
I think just playing gritty. I mean, I think we're a really gritty group, and I think we play all four quarters. I mean, as I said, we don't get too high, we don't get too low, and we play complementary football as best as we can.
Okay. Stay healthy, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Appreciate the time.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.